All right, guys. Got news here that I'm going to cover. So it's titled, this is from Reuters. It's titled Trump announces private sector 500 billion investment in AI infrastructure. Now there's a reason for this, but I'll cover that in a moment. So the summary is tech leaders credit Trump win for initiative. Stargate plans construction of 20 data centers. Trump says project will create 100,000 jobs. January 21st, U.S. President Donald Trump on Tuesday announced a private sector investment of up to $500 billion to fund infrastructure for artificial intelligence, aiming to outpace rival nations in the business-critical technology. Trump said that ChatGPT's creator OpenAI, SoftBank, and Oracle are planning a joint venture called Stargate, which he said will build data centers and create more than 100,000 jobs in the United States. These companies, along with other equity backers of Stargate, have committed $100 billion for immediate deployment, with the remaining investment expected to occur over the next 4 years. SoftBank CEO Masayoshi Son, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, and Oracle Chairman Larry Ellison joined Trump at the White House for the launch. The first of the project's data centers are already under construction in Texas, Ellison said at the press conference. 20 will be built, 500,000 square feet each, he said. The project could power AI that analyzes electronic health records and helps doctors care for their patients, Ellison said. The executives gave Trump credit for the news. We wouldn't have decided to do this, Son told Trump, unless you won, of course. For AGI to get built here, said Altman, referring to more powerful technology called artificial general intelligence, we wouldn't be able to do this without you, Mr. President. It was not immediately clear whether the announcement was an update to a previously reported venture. In March 2024, the Information, a technology news website, reported OpenAI and Microsoft were working on plans for a $100 billion data center project that would include an artificial intelligence supercomputer, also called Stargate, set to launch in 2028. The announcement on Trump's second day in office follows the rolling back of former President Joe Biden's executive order on AI that was intended to reduce the risk that AI poses to consumers, workers, and national security. You note that Joe Biden actually gave a shit about people and tried to do things that were in their interest. Anyway, continuing. AI requires enormous computing power, pushing demand for specialized data centers that enable tech companies to link thousands of chips together in clusters. They have to produce a lot of electricity and will make it possible for them to get that production done very easily at their own plants if they want, Trump said. As U.S. power consumption rises from AI data centers and the electrification of buildings and transportation, about half of the country is at increased risk of power supply shortfalls in the next decade, the North American Electric Reliability Corporation said in December. As a candidate in 2016, Trump promised to push a $1 trillion infrastructure bill through Congress, but did not. He talked about the topic often during his first term as president from 2017 to 2021, but never delivered on a large investment, and Infrastructure Week became a punchline. Oracle shares were up 7% on initial report of the project earlier in the day. NVIDIA, ARM Holdings, and Dell shares also rose. Investment in AI has surged since OpenAI launched ChatGPT in 2022 as companies across sectors have sought to integrate artificial intelligence into their products and services. All right. So, what is actually going on here? These AI tech fucking firms are cuddling up to fucking Trump and sucking his dick because what they're trying to do, and by the way, and I'll continue in a moment, but this job creation bullshit is hilarious. AI is already destroying way, way more jobs than it's creating already. And it's going to amplify drastically. And that's what Joe Biden sought to address. Now, Trump doesn't give a fuck about American people. And that's why he's on board with this, because he's looking to make money himself. That's all he cares about, obviously. So everything is about to get worse in many ways. I've called this numerous times, but AI specifically. And so why are all these big fucking leaders of tech companies and AI sucking Trump's dick. Because one, obviously their entire intent, they're masquerading this as like being helpful to people. But the truth is they're looking to get rid of jobs because that makes them more profit. They're like, it's so obvious, so fucking obvious. So what they're doing is they're talking about how magnificent he is and how they wouldn't have even tried anything like this if it weren't for Trump, which is true because Trump will allow whatever the fuck they want if they suck his dick. That's Trump 101. So what's going on is all of them are talking about, oh, we're putting all this money into this deal. And what's going to happen is a couple of years from now, they're going to lack investment. And what's going to happen is they're going to do everything they can to loot the fucking treasury. They're going to try to fucking get subsidized by American taxpayers. So not only are Americans going to get fucked and lose tons and tons of fucking jobs due to the advancement of AI, but they're literally going to pay for their own fucking funeral. Like Americans are going to be forced to subsidize the very thing that's going to fucking destroy them. Like, you can't even make this shit up. It is so fucked. So wait for it to happen. And then all of these people are going to try to get taxpayer funded money to push into their whole fucking project. And they haven't mentioned this yet. There's a reason for that because they want it to look like right now, all of this, everything they're doing is like for the benefit of all Americans. And it's great. And it's going to help the economy and all this shit. And by the way, Musk tried to push back not because he has any sort of like fucking convictions or virtuous beliefs, but because he's jealous because he's not involved. So what he's done is said that they don't even have 100 billion, I believe, yet. And he has it on good authority. And then Sam Altman, I believe, clapped back and said that's not true, wrong. And that Elon, like, sometimes what is best for America is not best for your companies. And hopefully in your new role that you'll put America first or something like that, starting a little cat fight. But the whole point here is wait for it. I'm calling it now. They're going to try to fucking divert taxpayer money into this whole fucking operation that's going to destroy basically all of the American people. The only people that will benefit from this are the fucking 1%. In a time where already income inequality is at a fucking peak. We've never seen it as bad as it is right now. And it's only going to get worse. Thank you for your time.